2007.
Just you?
Just me and my garage and my computer and the support and love of my family. And it was really scary, but amazing. I've never looked back. I purchased a new house on the beach in Cambria, and I didn't tell my mom I bought the house. Wow. And I might have started crying when I talked about this.
Cambria.
So, yeah, I didn't tell my mom I bought this house. And I told her we were just taking a road trip. And I took her up there, and it has a park across the street that has a bathroom.
Wow.
And I took her to the bathroom, and because she had to go, and I pull her out, and I'm walking her down the path. I'm like, "Hey, Mom, do you like Cambria?" And she said, "Yeah, I really do." And I said, "Cool. Well, you're going to come back a lot." And she said, "Really?" And I turned her around, and I pointed her to the house, and I said, "I bought that house because of you. I bought that house." And it was a big moment. And so now she gets to go back there whenever she wants.
Welcome to this episode of Bourbon to Proof, where we enjoy spirits with those who have succeeded at law and life over a lot of cocktails. And we're very, very blessed to have our special guest, Chandra Spencer, here today. Chandra, thank you for coming. But first, we have to introduce our co-host. He gets pissed if we don't introduce him.
I'm like Ed McMahon and Johnny Carson here, so I know I'm not the star of the show, but at least I'd like the little introduction.
Yeah.
Well, I got my first introduction to him today.
Well, I'm sorry.
First official.
Your first official. I hope it's your last time you have to meet Mauro Fiore. But
I think I'll see him around some places.
So we're here filming live at this is called The Firm, and it's a private whiskey bar, members only, owned by our friend Charles Liu, who was our first episode. So we always like to start with a little bit of whiskey. And we hope it sparks a good story for you, Chandra, because this one's called Scarlet Shade, and this is called Orphan Barrel. So Orphan Barrel does these intricate bottles a couple times a year. What they do is they rescue those barrels, the back of the rick house. They make them special, make them flavorful. This one is actually a 14-year-old one, but it's called Scarlet Shade, which I've never had before. And I like to envision in my mind, because I know you're a very big poker player, and we'll talk about that.
Game.
But I think that your name, if I had to look on I was playing somebody online, your name would be Scarlet Shade, and you would just take all my monies. So we'll see. All right, we'll pour and then we'll talk.
Scarlet Shade. I like that.
It's a good one. Good color to this.
Poker name.
What would my avatar be?
Your avatar would be borrow Morrow's money. Definitely.
Dead money?
Morrow. Dead money?
Dead money Morrow?
Why would you be dead?
Mad Men Morrow, maybe. But who's that on your shirt, Morrow?
This is the notorious
Biggie Smalls.
PIG.
See? So you can be the
They used to call me the notorious PIG. But
there you go.
And by they, he means his ex. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Very good.
Well, it's very smooth. 14 years, you can tell it's been in the barrel a long time.
In that Orphan Barrel. So Chandra, this has a complex flavor, but you're a pretty simple person at its core because you have your roots in the Midwest.
Yeah, I do. Well, this started there with my parents. My parents, my dad's from Wisconsin, and my mom's from Illinois, and they met in college.
Are you
in
a
Wisconsin.
Packers fan?
Who isn't?
I mean,
oh, wait,
most of America.
The Bears fans. No. Everybody loves the Packers.
I mean, in my last Super Bowl, I went to Steelers-Packers, and the Packers beat us. So
Do you own any Packers stock?
No.
I do, actually.
Do you?
What?
Can
I have
it?
2 or 3 stock certificates, and every year I get a thing in the mail to vote and the stock meeting and everything, even though I have 2 shares.
If we become good friends, can you leave me that in your will?
Yeah.
Cool.
I got to dig it up someplace. I know I have it someplace, but I do get the letters in the mail from the Packers.
Why do you own shares of the Packers?
Because it's the only publicly
I mean, I know, but why do you?
Football team. 15 years ago, I saw something online that said the Packers were going to sell stock for the first time in 50 years. So I went in and I got picked a random lottery that I could buy 2 shares for. It was $1,000 a share for nothing, but it's not really worth anything, I don't think. And I bought 2 shares.
Definitely a big deal though in the Midwest.
So I have 2 shares of it.
Yeah.
Does it have value or is it just prestige?
I think it's just to say you own part of the team. I don't know.
It really doesn't.
I own part of the team.
It's just to know to say that you own.
He also buys landlocked properties in Italy for $1. He's got several.
Beachfront property in Arizona because
yeah.
California falls into the ocean one day, right?
He buys a lot of fault line properties. Yeah, this is all.
There's I hear there's going to be some real cheap ones in Palos Verdes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that might be real, actually.
Or I think it's Rolling Hills.
Oh, that's why they call it the Rolling Hills.
So my parents are from the Midwest. They met in college, and they moved to California the year before I was born. So even though I come from this Midwestern roots, I was born and raised in California. So I consider myself to be a really nice California girl.
Yeah, because you don't come off as a Californian.
Thank you. I consider that.
Amaro comes off as a Californian.
Yeah. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, so I seem like a Californian.
But why are you wearing Biggie Smalls? That confuses me.
Because
that's East Coast.
I'm into West Coast gangster rap, but who doesn't like Biggie though?
Fair.
I know, and that's a pretty cool shirt. And it's as if we called each other in coordinated colors, right? Got some purple, yeah.
So for those of you who don't know Chandra, you can look her up, but you champion a lot of tenants' rights here in Los Angeles, California. And we'll talk about some of your journey to get there so we can inspire others if they want to start their own firms. And you've had your own, did you start your practice in 2007 when you were?
2007.
Just you?
Just me and my garage and my computer and the support and love of my family. And it was really scary, but amazing. I've never looked back.
And how many years did it take you to take that leap of faith and start your own firm out of your garage?
So about 11. I was doing defense work for about 11 years, and I'm a child of an entrepreneur. My mom was an entrepreneur, so the idea of being an entrepreneur was super scary. But then in 2007, I decided that I needed to be my own boss so I could be a better mom. And I could be more in control of my schedule.
When was your daughter born?
She was born in 98. So she would have been about 9 at the time. And I was single, divorced, single mom at the time. And I thought, you know what? I got to do something different. I can't be grinding it out as a defense lawyer anymore. And I had been doing a lot of charity work.
Therapy because you're a defense lawyer. Oh, sorry.
No, my therapy actually was charity work. So I was doing a lot of charity work in Mexico, helping build houses, helping put a roof on an orphanage, just doing that kind of stuff. And I said back then that when you're a defense lawyer, you got to do something to keep your soul alive. That's how I kept my soul alive.
Did you ever do defense?
No.
No, I'm a pureblood too.
I wanted to be a defense lawyer, but then I decided that I would finish high school first.
So I did the defense work, and I did that, and then I developed a really unique skill set as a defense lawyer. It was kind of a defense lawyer. It was as a city attorney, a city prosecutor, and I was prosecuting people for municipal code violations.
You don't have to tell me about that. My neighbors have thrown me under the bus several times. Something about an illegal tennis court I put in at my house.
Oh, yeah.
It's a basketball court.
Well, they said it was a tennis court, and I had the city attorney after me saying, where's the permits for my tennis court? And I was like, I don't have a tennis court.
What city is that?
I live in L.A.
Oh, okay. The big city.
I was able to skirt around it. I said it was already there. It was just covered by dirt when I moved in.
Well, so my big deal part of this city prosecutor work was I was going after slumlords from the city's perspective. And I was putting properties into receivership so that people who were living in these properties could have better conditions. And so I decided I didn't want to be there anymore. And I was looking at different options. And a person said, you know what? You're really good at this stuff. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that for tenants? Do it for the people that you're helping rather than for the city.
So you were representing the city, but going after the people that were victimizing low-rent individuals.
Yeah, exactly,
Oh, wow.
exactly.
And in those days, they used to sentence the slumlords to live in their own buildings, right?
No way.
They only did that once, actually.
Really? I
remember
They did
that.
do that once. And actually, no, that's really a movie. It doesn't really happen.
But I remember that
You saw a movie
when I
about
was a
that.
kid. I used to read in the LA Times.
Yeah.
They would sentence the slumlords.
There was one slumlord that for like a minute was sentenced to be in their own buildings. But what we were doing is we were actually taking the buildings away from them and fixing them, and then the tenants could live back in them was the idea. And so somebody said, hey, tenants can do this in California. You don't have to be a city to do this. So I started writing a business plan while I was working as a defense attorney. And my parents said, yeah, go do this. You were built for this. And so I was able to take the experience that I had helping marginalized communities south of the border and translate that to helping marginalized communities north of the border.
Yeah, and it's very hard to fight because it's, people, the number one request I get all the time is like, I need a landlord-tenant lawyer. And it's right. I mean, we get this all the time, and because we have a lot of our clients live low income or have issues, and it's hard to find somebody to turn to that actually is passionate about doing that work.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, I wrote my whole business plan based on it, and it was scary. It was really scary. My daughter was young, so she would have been about 9, and so one day I was working on some paperwork for a big slumlord case. It was a new one for me, and it was a terrible building in the San Fernando Valley where the folks were without hot water for about 4 months. They had no gas at Thanksgiving. I was roasting turkeys for them so they could have Thanksgiving. And she was reading the paperwork. She said, Mom, I want to read this. And I said, okay. And she looked at me and she said, Mommy, I'm really sad. And I said, honey, why are you sad? And she said, because all these people have cockroaches and we don't have cockroaches. And I said, no, honey, we don't want to have cockroaches. That's why Mommy's doing this. People don't want these things. This is not good for them. And so she was like, oh, okay, I get it. You're trying to make that go away. And so I just kept doing it. And I eventually started making the business work. And things were happening from a business side. My mom and my dad were there 100% taking care of her, loaning me money, doing all the things that great parents do. And one day I was able to, throughout the years, I was able to look at my dad and say, okay, Dad, I paid you all back. Every dime I borrowed from you, you're paid back now. And then later on, as the business continued to grow, I got a business partner, and she and I continued to grow the business.
Margaret Elder, yeah? Margaret
Elder is my business partner. And one day, a few years back in 2019, I purchased a new house on the beach in Cambria, and I didn't tell my mom I bought the house. Wow. And I might start crying when I talk about this.
Cambria.
So. Yeah, I didn't tell my mom about this house. And I told her we were just taking a road trip. And I took her up there, and it has a park across the street that has a bathroom.
Wow.
And I took her to the bathroom because she had to go, and I pull her out and I'm walking her down the path. I'm like, hey, Mom, do you like Cambria? And she said, yeah, I really do. And I said, cool, well, you're gonna come back a lot. And she said, really? And I turned her around and I pointed her to the house and I said, I bought that house. Because of you, I bought that house. And it was a big moment. And so now she gets to go back there whenever she wants. And she's going this weekend, actually. Yeah. So she gets the chance to spend some years of her life in a beautiful place. I guess
we all should do is be able to give our folks that quality life that they gave us, or give back. I think everybody here has bought their family houses now.
Oh, yeah. No, my parents are both gone, but today would have been my mom's 88th birthday if she was alive.
Mom.
God bless her.
Cheers. But, What's Mom's name?
Hilda. And, I took care of my parents for many years, and it was my pleasure. They did everything for me.
Right.
People always have stories. I had shitty upbringing and this and that. I had the best parents and the best upbringing, which is why I'm such a adjusted guy. But I had great parents and a really good upbringing, so I can't say I don't have any of that story. That. I came from, the fucking gutter, broken home, whatever shit. I didn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I mean, we weren't rich or anything, but I had my mom and dad, and they were great. So, so maybe.
Well, Mara, I want you to, because the story, Chandra, just reminded me of the whiskey that you showed me that you brought for her. So we sometimes do the guest second, but I want to do Mara second as the co-host here.
Yeah, so this is a whiskey by Francis Ford Coppola, the director. He's famous for his wines, but he's also making American rye whiskey.
Oh, is he?
Yes, and so this one he dedicated to his film teacher at UCLA Film School, Dorothy Arzner, who was the first female director of a of a movie in the United States that had sound. So she was the first, they called them talkies.
Okay.
So she was the first female director of a talkie movie back in the 1920s. It was called Manhattan Cocktail. And then she ended up as a film teacher at UCLA, and Francis Ford Coppola was in her class, and she inspired him to become a director.
That's awesome.
So this is for trailblazing women. And so that's why we're going to try this one.
And where's that from, Maura?
This is from Sebastopol, which is up by Napa Valley, which is where Francis Ford Coppola's winery is.
Yeah, the winery is in Napa. Been there a few times. It's a beautiful winery.
It is. So we're going to try this one.
Never had this one, so
I guess I have to finish mine to
I mean, you
try
don't
it. Move on
have
to the
to,
next.
but
It's all good. I will.
we can mix. We can do a blended.
I don't think it works like that.
No, I
does
don't think it does.
No.
The Coppola, what's the name of his daughter? The one that was in Godfather 3? Sophia.
Okay.
Sophia Coppola.
She's a director now. Isn't she?
Yeah, he has a rosé wine called Sophia that's from Coppola that's
Yeah.
so good.
I didn't know that
My
was
favorite.
her.
Yeah, that's his daughter.
Huh.
She was an actress for a little while, but I think she's a director now. But yeah, if you ever want a good rosé, try this Coppola from Francis Ford Coppola.
Thank you.
You know, I've never had a Coppola wine nor a whiskey, so this should be a first. So I think I had Sophia's rosé.
You never had their wine? Like,
I'm not a wine guy.
okay.
So I have
that
I have acid reflux, so red wine crushes me.
Ah.
So I don't want to make this a commercial for Dexlant, my medication, but I have been heartburn since 2005. Did Dexlant, 60 milligrams, 1 pill a day.
It's such a
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
if you'd like to
cool
drink,
bottle.
heartburn is the worst.
Oh wow, this is completely different from what we just had.
Ready?
This is completely different from what we just had.
This is obviously it's
Trailblazing
a
women.
rye. It's a
Mom's
straight,
birthday.
It's a straight
It's
rye.
Mom's birthday, Trailblazing Women.
Yep. Happy birthday to Mom. This is a 3-year straight rye, so it's going to be a little bit
It's a young
spicier.
rye.
It's a younger, and it's going to be a little bit hotter, spicier.
It's definitely hotter
Good.
and spicier. Yeah, it's
Which is crazy because the one that we had first, I think it's a higher proof. Maybe not. This might be under 50. 45, yeah. 45.
This is also 45.
Yeah, so about the same.
90 proof.
But you can taste the difference in these.
oh, yeah, very much so. This one has. I said the other one was more complex, and I think spicy is the word. And I like spicy. Spicy
California
people
has
are
lots of good whiskeys now.
spicy food,
they're
spicy
producing
people.
Like
a lot.
Sonoma's up there. But you can taste the difference. This is Kentucky, NorCal.
Yeah, like they're trying to make wine in other states. Now they're trying to make whiskey in other states, and some are better at it than others.
I mean,
so.
it's just because the temperature variance, because it gets so hot and humid in Kentucky. The next week it could be ice cold, and you just get that variance in the barrel that changes it.
So my business partner's husband is from Kentucky.
Really?
So when you get the chance to chat with her, you'll have to have her husband on as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's from Kentucky, and he and my husband, my now husband's, one of their favorite things to do is drink bourbon together. So when my husband heard I was coming here, he was like, "Oh, what day is that?" He was hoping he could be here, but couldn't work it out.
Bob, have I been to Kentucky more than once or just one time? 'Cause I've been
No, twice. We've been there together twice.
Oh yeah, we went to the Kentucky Derby one year, and then we went to the Bourbon Festival twice.
Bourbon.
Because I know for sure, I think I bought you those cufflinks.
You did buy, but these cufflinks were bought by Mara Fiore.
Those are
I was
awesome.
super drunk at the
Bullet
Bullet.
Bourbons.
At the Bullet.
He likes to gift
you have
me.
your Taylor Swift friendship bracelet on
My
too?
Taylor Swift. I was a Swiftie. I was at the conference. Now this is one of my daughters made this for me. I've had this actually. They last long. Like I've had this for over a year. Usually they break because my kids tear at them. But
I remember I was super drunk, and I bought 2 pairs of those. I gave you 1 pair at the Bullet Distillery. Was it Bullet? And it was the same where they had where they made Old Fitzgerald and a few other bourbons. We did the bourbon tour out there one year when we went to the Kentucky Derby.
I followed y'all on Instagram
so
when you
was
were doing
that
that.
was a fun one.
Yeah, it looked like fun.
Mara only slept on the bus on the way to and from, so he didn't miss any of the tours.
You didn't sleep any other time the entire trip?
Well, I mean, probably most of the time. If I usually lay down, I'll sleep. I have the gift.
Not like the grift.
You
as
can,
we
you can
know.
nap anywhere.
Anywhere.
That's a solid skill. It's an important skill
Except
to have.
like when we're on a long flight, like when me and Bob, sometimes we go to Europe and stuff.
Okay.
I like to spend most of my flight harassing Bob on the plane,
Yeah.
making sure he doesn't sleep. So like we're gonna fly here pretty soon to Spain this Saturday, and I will make sure I harass Bob on the whole.
He likes to get up and walk by me, poke me, put things in my face.
Yes.
This is constant.
I just did a 14-hour flight a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
Where was that? A 14-hour?
Australia.
Yeah, she loves to travel. So yeah, I mean,
do love
so how are
to
you?
travel.
So you
14
balance your
hours,
practice
wowzer.
now. I mean, a lot of people got to hear and understand that. You're in court a lot, but you're also able to practice remotely a lot of the time and help folks wherever you are. So how are you able to? I mean, how did it change? Start in 2007 in your garage to now. Like, what is it like?
Well, one of the things that I did deliberately was made sure that everything was kind of portable. So we were ahead of the game on getting everything on the cloud and getting everything so that you could do it remotely. I like to say I worked from home before it was cool in COVID. And so we have everything there. I have access to all my files wherever I am. And I like to travel, but I work when I travel. And it's just part of life, right? I'm not in court that much because most of the time on these cases, the insurance companies don't want to take you to trial.
And once they find that you're people that are lower socioeconomic, the tenants, they have a lawyered representation, it's like, okay, guys, you got us.
Right. Yeah. And when people have bed bugs or cockroaches or sewage, the kind of stuff that makes you go, ooh, I call that the ick factor. The insurance companies know.
Don't say ick factor on Mauro. He gets excited. Different type of thing.
I like to
Tell
say
me more about the cockroach.
sewage is sexy in my business. But it really like they're not going to take it to trial. So I would love to be in the courtroom more. I love it. One of my greatest.
Come work in my house.
I like to work for myself. Remember that, Mara? I'm pretty sure I wouldn't do a very
doesn't
good
even
job
like to
of
work
being
for
your
himself.
employee. But I tried this case in federal court back in 2009, and it was like probably my most impactful case I've ever done. And it was a bench trial though, and it had to be. And federal government was trying to shut down a mobile home park that was in terrible shape, and we were fighting for the people who lived there. So they didn't have to just all scatter into the wind. They were farm workers. They were part of a large indigenous population from Mexico that had their own culture and everything. And I spent about 3 weeks in Riverside trying that case. And we took a week off. This is a nice thing about not being a jury trial is you could take some time off and think about your closing argument. So I took a week off and I went back to my law school and talked to my professors.
Where'd you go to law school?
Pepperdine.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
We went to an accredited law school.
Yes, we did. You went to West LA, right?
Yes.
CI?
Yes, the UWLA, University of Weak Legal Analysis.
No, but my contracts professor went over to West LA and she was great.
Wow, when I went there, none of the professors were great.
Oh, we loved her at Pepperdine. We were sad to see her.
When I was, but I always say, I don't know. Did you learn anything sitting in class? I didn't. I just read the outlines and shit. I taught myself all that stuff.
I think I learned how to learn,
That's true.
if that makes any sense.
I agree with you on that.
I think that's what law school is about, is for two reasons. You learn how to learn, and you learn how much you can force yourself to do and think on little sleep. So I went back to my law school, talked to my remedies professor. Remember Greg Ogden?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Greg Ogden and I sat down and had
He was
lunch
awesome.
like in the teacher's cafeteria kind of thing. And we talked about remedies and what you could do to make sure this mobile home park stayed open.
Remedies was one of my favorite. It was, I think, a third-year class.
Yeah.
Remedies was the class like, oh, you learned the shit, now get paid. That was how I started
Yeah.
Remedies. This is how you get. These are the ways you get money.
Well, in this case, it wasn't about money, though, which was interesting.
yeah.
And I never got paid
Really?
for this case. I did it all pro bono. But my Google value went through the roof, so I guess that is worth something.
See, lawyers make too much sense. They try to think too much of in that moment. I can make money in that case. That's not how it works.
No,
That's
I
what this
couldn't
all
make any
about.
money.
Symbolic verdicts are very, very.
It was a
very
big
valuable.
deal.
We know friends that get $1 billion verdicts they'll never collect, but they're billboard verdicts.
Great verdicts.
Oh yeah, there's been some recent ones like that.
Yeah, there
but
are.
yeah.
It helps.
So this one, the goal was to keep the park open long enough for the folks to relocate to another park that was being built, so that we didn't have 3,000 people suddenly homeless. And it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool moment. I got up in front of the judge, and it was Judge Stephen Larson, federal court in Riverside.
Beautiful courthouse, by the way.
Yeah. And a
You can walk-
great bar across the street.
What's the bar across the street?
They have a great tequila bar across the street at the Mission Inn. At least they did back then.
Oh, no, because when I was trying to case, I would walk on the Mission Inn. It's the other way. So the tequila bar was, I know it's right across the walkway there.
Yeah.
I still have it there.
Yeah.
I do.
Parrot cages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big parrot.
Yeah, so we tried
Yes.
this case, and I got up to do my closing argument, and I felt like this huge weight of the world on me. And then I just let it go, and it was really neat. And judge came back a few hours later with his written opinion.
Few hours.
Few hours.
Shit, you're lucky.
Wow.
And he had already pre-written the opinion, but then he laced a lot of my closing argument into his opinion. So as soon as he started reading it and I heard my words, I knew we
awesome.
won. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Have you ever done any more mobile home cases?
I have.
Because like the most notorious mobile home slumlord is that guy Jimmy Goldstein. You ever deal with Jimmy Goldstein?
No.
He's the guy that's at the Laker games. It looks like a lizard with the hat on.
Oh, this is next to Jack Nicholson.
The old guy.
So I'll be sure to run
That's
some
Jimmy
title
Goldstein.
though
He
and go
owns-
after
He owns
him.
all the mobile home parks in California.
Yeah,
The guy's always courtside.
interesting. Well, he makes mobile home
He's the one who
parks.
owns that house.
Are
where
big
they filmed
cash.
The Big Lebowski. You know where the movie
The trip scene?
the scene where they're up in the Hollywood Hills and they see the city, and he traces the dick on the paper. Remember that?
Oh,
The Big Lebowski. I've seen it like 500
I-
times.
I've never seen the movie. Can
Oh,
you
that's
tell
the
me
greatest
more?
movie of all
it's
time.
hard. You know what the problem
You
is?
haven't seen The Big Lebowski?
I've seen it a million times. I think a White Russian right now and drinking your
Yeah.
face.
No, so it's
Actually, I don't like White Russians. They're not that good.
It's called a Caucasian.
They're okay, like as an
Caucasian.
after, like a dessert, or
do-
like in replace of.
I like a
Nice.
White Russian. I can go for a White Russian.
Here we go.
So you guys drink bourbon before the meal. Do you drink it during the meal?
Yeah,
Sure.
Really? In place of
time.
wine? Just
I don't drink wine.
no. I'm saying in place of wine, you drink bourbon during
Yeah,
the meal.
Sure.
They have bourbon wine. They have bourbon pairing dinners you could go to and stuff like that.
Laura and I went to a dinner at what's the name of the place? It was like a 12-course, one of those long Michelin star ones. We did a bourbon pairing, so the wine pairing.
Nice.
That was a long night.
Shit, man, I was
yeah.
Providence.
Providence. Here in LA. Oh my
I've
God.
been there.
Providence.
We tricked them into doing bourbon instead of wine, and it was brutal.
So that little child of mine, the 9-year-old who read the paperwork, she now works at a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Really?
And she is a sommelier. And so we do the wine pairing things. And we usually start out with some champagne, and we do the wine, and we always end the meal with cognac. Or I always end the meal with cognac, because that's my favorite. That's my version of bourbon, is the
That's good.
cognac.
What's the difference between cognac and bourbon?
Because cognac is made from eau de vie, which is like the water of champagne. And the good cognac is made from the very, very aged eau de vie. And so it's made from an entirely different type of substance. So for me, if I'm drinking champagne, wine, and cognac, it's like I'm drinking the same,
Same thing.
right?
And I've always wondered that because it says it. If you look at a bottle of cognac, it says champagne cognac on it.
Yeah. It's
I've always
because
wondered
it's
why
a
it's called- why it
derivative of
says
the champagne, the eau de vie
Now
of
I know.
champagne.
But I've never drank much cognac myself. I haven't hung out with any
Are we
rappers.
going to drink some too?
I haven't hung out with any rappers, so I haven't drank cognac.
I don't drink much cognac.
I know Jay-Z's big into it. He has his own
It's
cognac.
really, it's very interesting stuff because it's like bourbon where it all has its own flavor and everything is different, but it changes, the taste changes as you're drinking it. It like you'll hit it like wine, it changes as you're drinking it. And not being a wine drinker, maybe that doesn't make sense to you.
I've
When
been
you
lucky
drink
enough.
bourbon, does it change while you're drinking it?
Sometimes. It
Okay.
depends on how much I've had to drink before that.
Oh, it depends on how bad your palate is.
I've been lucky enough to have, over the years, 2 people have given me the Louis XIII cognac bottles.
Louis
I've got-
Trey is what
yeah.
we like to call it.
I've had 2 of them given to me over the years by friends of mine, very generous friends of mine.
Do you still have them?
One of them, I had a Halloween party, and there's bums at my party. They went for the top shelf shit, and they drank the whole bottle.
No.
Yeah, total scum. And then the other one,
They're not
the
invited
other one
back
I have
next year.
hidden. The other one I have hidden at my house. So I haven't. But yeah,
Where's it hidden?
it's hidden upstairs in the pantry where next to my kids' Fruit Loops. And he always asks me, "What's in that box, Dad?" Oh, don't worry about it, son.
I keep mine in the garage because
mine
if
next
someone
to
comes to steal it from my house, they'll never look in the garage.
I have the weirdest shit in my safe at my house. Like I always imagine if somebody comes and robs me, like the funniest prank ever. They'll open up like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
Like your kid's tooth or something?
oh no, yeah,
Or
like
what?
my kid's tooth is actually in
In the
there.
safe?
They're
No
all from
way.
the shelf. There's all kind of weird shit in there. Like, oh yeah, check what's in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I have a watch case at my house, And I certainly don't keep my good watches in there. They could run off with that shit
Every
anytime
time
they want. My good watches they'll never find.
They're in cereal boxes
Every
upstairs.
time we go on vacation, when we travel, because we love to travel, my husband takes his Rolex and he hides it in a random place in the house. And I always make him tell me in case something happens and he forgets. And one year he told me that he hid it in the rafters of the garage in the wrapping paper box. Like, really? You hid your Rolex in the wrapping paper box? I mean, we have a safe. He doesn't put it, he never puts it in the safe. He always puts it up in a random place.
Not behind a painting either. Too obvious.
Yeah. So in the wrapping paper box.
We used to hide the plastic pop-off vodka bottles in college up above the popcorn ceilings.
Oh.
So if we got raided at our dorms, you couldn't get them.
Pop-off, you could use it also to...
Is that where you had the dope too?
In Pop-off,
Yeah.
you could use it to strip wallpaper too if you needed to work on the weekend.
It'd also wake you up from the long slumber.
The worst vodka. It's like gasoline.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they made bombs.
It's like PBR. For
PBR
beer.
isn't bad. I could drink a little PBR. I'm not a big beer drinker, but PBR is okay.
PBR is to be used for boiling broths and not for drinking.
See, this is the Wisconsin that I
Yes,
like.
you must use
I
your
used to like
PBR
Meister
to boil
Brau. When I
broth.
was in high school, we used to drink Meister Brau.
What about Old Style? Did you ever drink Old
Yeah,
Style?
from Chicago, yeah. We drank some of that.
So it's your turn now, Chandra. We got the last 10 minutes to talk about your special brew you bought.
I
today.
brought you guys something special. Speaking of cognac, but we might want to get you a new cup tomorrow.
Okay.
It's like the flies like your
I know.
bourbon that you brought.
I'm drawing flies, as they say.
And it's a big box and it requires some effort. Oh,
God.
Probably takes a forklift
You need
too.
a worker's comp lawyer because tomorrow needs to a rotator.
I'm gonna move you over here. So we were talking about cognac and we were talking about that Louis tray. So I thought I'd bring you guys some today.
Now, the ones I've got
never had.
were in the red box. So what's the difference between the red box and this gold box?
This is the time
This
collection,
is
obviously.
a time collection box, and it's the one that the guy that I buy these kinds of things from had. And it looked cool because it's so fancy when you open it. So let me fancy open it for you.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. See if I can do this right. It's a little like a Rubik's Cube, though. It's a little trying to put it back together.
Can we turn it this way? Is this possible
This
to
one?
do it? I want the camera to see this because I've never.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you just switch it to me?
You
can
open
do
the
this.
top
Oh,
flap.
you want to switch spots?
I just want you to do it this way.
Here,
I
I'll
can
stand
watch.
up. No,
I'll
we
watch
have to
off
open
camera.
it this way. This way.
Okay.
I don't know which camera I should point this at.
Okay. Then
You open that. It even has like a schematic that tells you how to open it
yeah, but it's
in Japanese and English. So you open this, and then you take this off.
Speaking of a safe,
I know, it's like, it's pretty, no one
there's
would
nothing
ever
in here. I'm gonna be
assume
real
there's any-
pissed. I'll be real.
I know, I would be pissed too, actually.
Look at this.
And then you pop it. Well, wait, we gotta do this. See, it's been a while since I've opened it. So I only open it typically 3 times a year. Christmas Eve and 2 honorable days to honor my dad. And this is why we're doing this today. So we're gonna take this out of here. Okay, can you do me a solid and remove that? Thank you. And so when we open, so this opens like this, and then you open it here, and it pops
Wow.
open. How cool is that?
Wow, look at this thing. Marv, you have one of these, but I've never
Yeah.
seen it before.
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And then if you want to keep it like on your shelf, then you can put this
Lord.
beautiful glass one in there. But I always keep it sealed, so
Okay, so we're gonna partake in this, yeah?
I think so. Well,
This is now 4 times a year.
yeah. Well, actually, I didn't get to do it the 3rd time this year, so we're gonna do it because I didn't get to do it yet.
Mauricio.
So my dad was a brandy drinker. But if my dad could have afforded this kind of cognac, he would have bought this kind of cognac. So I like to do this as cheers to dad. We did cheers to mom. Now we're gonna do cheers
My
to
dad
dad.
liked to drink Chivas Regal. You know, that,
You get it on a plane.
yeah, my dad loved that. He swore that was the best there was.
So dad was a brandy drinker. Your dad was a Chivas Regal drinker.
Chivas Regal, he swore by.
Yeah. So my dad loved brandy, and cognac and brandy are very similar. But Cognac's like the fancy version of brandy. It's like the bougie version of brandy. So we're going to get bougie, boys.
Let's bougie it up.
I've had that Armenian brandy. Right, that's brandy, the Armenian one.
I don't think I've had that one.
He's talking about
at that.
Tinder right now. What is this?
It's like a whole label. It's like fancy.
Nice.
I'm into this. 1874.
Yeah. That's where the water is like that old that they use to make this stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like I have to pour it like wine.
Oh,
And typically you get this in a restaurant and you get a 1 ounce pour or a 2 ounce pour.
this is reminds me of some reason from the Three Amigos when he has that water in the little sash that looks like that, and he pours it. And Chevy Chase is just pouring it all over his face and bathing in it. It looks like this to me. That's what I think the inspiration was for the.
You know, you remind me of El Guapo from.
Oh, por supuesto, el guapo.
From the Three.
Oh, cheers! I'm so
Cheers
excited for
to
this.
Dad
To Dad.
and dads and being dads. You're a dad.
Dads.
You're a dad.
I'm definitely that.
We got
Yeah.
kids the same age.
Cheers to dads.
Now that hits differently when
That's
you've been
good.
drinking bourbon all day.
Oh my God, the finish is amazing.
Yeah.
That's where it
Right?
gets you at the
The
end.
complexity?
This does taste different. I taste a raisin at the end.
Does it taste like grapes?
Yeah.
because-
Maybe that's why.
Because it's
grapes.
kind of got that
You can get that champagne taste. Tastes like grapes. Wow.
This is fantastic.
something
It
different.
really stays on the palate a long time. Wow, it's great.
And every time I drink it, it tastes different to me.
I know people love to smoke cigars when they drink cognac.
Yeah. Cognac and cigars are supposed to go well
This is
together.
fantastic.
So now maybe you'll try
Cognac,
something new.
cigars, and chocolate is the thing that people like. With
Well, I'm all in for the chocolate. Cigars, not so
I'm
much.
not a cigar guy. Most people are surprised. You like whiskey? Do you like cigars? No.
I think, did I get you one time to the Grand Havana and you were like, get me out of here?
Exactly. That's what happened. I was there for 10
I'm a
minutes.
member of a cigar club
Been
in
there
Beverly Hills.
a number
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah, I'm a member there. Me and Dorothy share a humidor there, so we're members. And we go all the
So
time.
good.
And one time we finally got Bob in there and he was just like, get me out of here. Because everyone's just smoking and it's just like, it's
So
not-
I usually
if
go
you're not
every
into it-
December for the LATLC year-end board meeting with Jeremy Tissot.
Los Angeles Child Charities.
Yeah.
He texted me this morning. I talked to him.
No, I'll tell you about you know what? One thing you need to know about LATLC, me and Bob are emeritus board members and we take that very seriously.
Well, I am a current board member.
In other
Takes
words,
it very
I put
seriously.
my time in. My name is still somewhere floating around in there.
I
think,
know
on the
it. I
paperwork,
think
but-
you're still
I think
on
I
our
was
website.
president in 2015.
Yeah,
back
but-
in the
You were.
day.
But like,
You
but
were.
me and Bob are from the old days when we were like trying to get the thing off the ground.
Yeah.
You know, now it's big or whatever. But like, if it wasn't for me and Bob and Min and Scott
thanks,
Corwin,
Amy.
wouldn't even exist.
I almost beat Min in a poker tournament at LATLC.
That's a big
poker
deal.
tournament.
Man's a good player.
Yeah, I would have beat him, but I was too nice. I guess I got to stop being so nice.
What is your poker playing style? Oh, this is good.
My poker playing style is I show up in a t-shirt and sweats and I act like I don't know what I'm doing.
Interesting.
It's a girl thing.
Okay, if you had to have pocket jacks or 8-7 of spades, what would you rather have?
To move all in with?
No,
So
just
I have a
pre-flop.
favorite hand.
Just have a
Pre-flop.
You got 6 people
Pocket
at the
jacks.
table.
I'll take
six
the
people.
jacks.
Pocket jacks, that's the better odds.
Over
I'll take the
8-7
suited odds. Well, you're not going all in. I'm just saying before the flop. You just
So
have, when the cards get dealt, no action yet.
Bob, but you're always floppy.
Oh, here we
My
go.
favorite hand in poker, my favorite hand to start with in poker is Queen 10 suited.
See, I love that. Suited connectors.
Queen 10 suited. Yeah, that's my.
You know what they say the computer's hand is? The one the computer wins more with and not is a Queen 9 suited.
Really? Okay, well, I'm
There's
close.
a weird stat that came out with that.
I read
didn't
a
know that.
poker book
Wait, you read?
called Tournament. I used to read a lot of tournament. I used to read a lot of poker books.
I actually read poker books back.
And there's a book by an old poker player named T.J. Cloutier. Have you ever heard of him? And he said, remember, there's always an idiot who will go all in with ace 10.
Yes.
There's always
Or Ace King.
that will go all in.
I don't like
with ace
that. I
10.
don't like
Ace King
big
used
slick,
to
I
be
don't like.
back when she used to play
still don't like
tennis.
that one.
Anna Kournikova looks good, never wins.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
they used
agree
to
with
call
that.
My
it
buddy's
that.
a professional poker player named David Danishkar. He's from Westlake Village. And he
where I
always
live.
used to bust out of tournaments with Ace King. I used to call it walking back to Westlake. You know, every time he'd bust
I
out.
might have busted out that day I almost beat Min with an Ace King. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
it was
I never
funny.
got anywhere with Ace King. I'd rather have
You have to see the board.
Pocket
dude.
sixes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So LA TLC, you guys are past board members. I'm current board member. And we do some cool stuff there.
Soiree coming up. We got a lot of good stuff.
Poker tournament. You playing? No.
Poker, here's the thing with poker. I'm very good if I have nothing else to do and concentrate on for like 10 hours.
I
Right.
don't know about very good. I played poker with Bob.
And I won the belt.
I came and crushed their game.
Oh, yeah,
I
right.
feel
By
like-
crushing means he
Crushed.
passed out
I'm
after eating
feeling
French
like-
fries.
I haven't been invited back because they
feeling
figured
like
they'd
a
finally someone else had a place.
Social poker tournament at Maro's house.
See,
And we're
okay,
gonna
no.
drink his other
I'm going to
bottle
tell
of
you
Louis
something.
Trey.
Yes.
The last time he had a poker tournament at his house, somebody came in with a shotgun and shot one of his friends and busted up the game. This is a true
No.
story. Yes.
It wasn't the last time I had a game, but
I'm surprised you had. I'm surprised you had people back after that.
Well, I mean, that was a unique situation. You know?
No, it's for real.
Yeah,
back
I
in with
mean-
a shotgun.
No.
Yes.
No,
There was a
that
robbery.
didn't happen.
Yeah, because,
Did happen.
I had a poker game every Thursday night for years. I'm talking 5 years straight, right? And it was just usually my friends, right? Just the boys, whatever. But
'Cause only boys can
but
play
then,
poker?
well, it's just the guys, the bums, the poker bums. So it's like golf. You have your golf group, you have your poker group, whatever, right? So just the guys. But then a little bit over the years, they would be like, oh, can I invite this guy? Oh, can I invite this guy? So then, like, we started getting infiltrated by, like, randoms, the poker game.
Randoms with shotguns, apparently.
Yeah. So I know none of my friends were the ones who dropped a dime on us, that we're playing up here. And I lived at this time, I live in the same neighborhood, but maybe like a mile away. But this particular house I lived in, it was in the end of the darkest, desolate, like, cul-de-sac in Hollywood Hills with no lights on like a little small high road, like easy place to get robbed in Hollywood Hills with nobody around.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these people that had been like a friend of a friend that came to the game probably told somebody and said, these idiots are sitting up there like sitting ducks. And it wasn't a big game, but like sometimes we'd have maybe $5,000, $10,000 in chips on the table. So it was big enough, There's 7 or 8 guys and everyone buys in $500 or $1,000, right? You got like 5-10 grand. So it wasn't a huge game, but enough to like, they'll rob a liquor store for $500. They're going to rob a poker game for 5 grand or 10 grand. So some guy came in to rob the poker game wearing a pantyhose over his face. And my friend got shot because of me, because the guy was wearing pantyhose over his face. And I don't think he was the most
I
articulate guy.
hope you had really good insurance,
He
Maro.
wasn't the most articulate guy to begin with, But then he had the pantyhose. So he started yelling and screaming stuff. And it's like, the hell is he talking about?
Okay, so let me give you some advice
Like,
here,
what are you
Maro.
saying, dude?
Let me give you
And
some
then he
advice
shot my
here.
friend.
Don't always have your poker game in the same place. And next time, if you maybe invite the women.
Yeah, maybe.
Because women don't show up with shotguns.
Where did they get the
to
pantyhose?
poker parties.
Where did they get the
Yeah.
pantyhose?
But the guy went like this. He went, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." I
Most
was like,
women
what?
don't wear pantyhose.
Rah, 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 rah. I was like, what are
We
you
hate
saying,
them.
dude?
As
And then
much
he
as
went,
you hate
boom.
neckties, you're not wearing
He
one.
shot my friend Lance in the hand.
Lance?
Wow.
You say Lance?
Lance.
Wow, interesting. So
Yeah.
what,
And then they ran off with the money.
So did you make an insurance claim for the shooting
No.
and the money?
No.
Okay, just the money.
No, I didn't make
None
a
of the
claim for
above.
anything. No,
Okay.
hell no. What are you going to make a claim for what?
Your friend's hand got shot.
Oh, he was fine.
Did you pay his doctor bill?
No. I said, you're fine. Put some Bactine on it.
Rub some salt in it. Get over it.
Yeah, these guys are too sensitive these days. Put some Bactine
well,
on it.
next
an ace
time-
bandage,
Next time, invite the women. It may go better for you.
well, you can come and play it.
Can I?
Yeah.
I can come take your money?
Yeah, I had a game not that long ago.
You would take his money.
at my
I would
house.
love to
I had a game not that long ago. It was a pretty cool game. We had a good game.
Maro actually plays very tight. You wouldn't expect that with his personality, but
Yes.
like when he plays a hand, he actually has a hand and it's
yeah,
obvious.
You know what's
I
really,
play the nuts.
He does.
what's
Yeah, he
really
plays nuts.
interesting about poker is that I think I've become a better lawyer because of poker.
Interesting.
Because you have to read the room.
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure out your odds. You have to have information. Like that's what makes us good negotiators, right?
Yeah.
And so there was one time I was playing this tournament in Vegas, and this guy, I was sitting with pocket twos.
I love the deuces. Either you're in or out. You know right
Pocket-
away.
A pair of ducks. I had a pair of ducks.
You know if you're in or out.
And the flop comes out 2-2 ace.
Oh gosh. Flopped.
So now I got
The best hand.
quad
Broadway.
twos,
Flop Broadway.
right? And I was like, oh. So I did my, I don't really know how to play this game thing.
Bet.
Yeah, and
Bet.
the person next to me was a professional poker player. And I was like, okay, well, and I limped in, and then another ace comes out.
Oh boy.
So now we got 2-2 ace something. So finally on the river, it was he and I. We were just head to head at that point, and I pushed all in. He's like, yeah, I'll call you, and he's like, because we're just gonna chop the pot, and he throws down his ace, and I was like,
Whoops.
sorry, quad twos. He was so mad. I took him out of that tournament, and he was so angry because he couldn't read me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of us, like our negotiating skills, right? We have to negotiate according to our own strengths. So I negotiate like a girl, and I play poker like a girl. I think both goes well for me.
And you have to read the room and decide when you're going to use your cards or use your.
You have to know when they're bluffing.
Yeah.
Like, especially like if you use mediators are always full of shit. Like if they tell you that's all the money they got, it's like, okay, they got a lot more now. As soon as they tell me that's all they got, I know that they got a lot more.
So I, for LATLC, Alyssa Shablowski and I did a class for the women on how to play poker, so we get more women playing. So we were teaching women how to play poker, and from that, this idea came in my head that we should have classes for women on how to negotiate like a girl. Because women negotiate differently than men. We approach the world typically differently than men, right? And that's what makes the world a beautiful place. So I play poker like a girl, I negotiate like a girl, and it all works out.
Interesting. Bob negotiates like a girl.
And I will never bring a shotgun to a poker party.
Well, Mara has a different lifestyle, let's just say. I'm surprised you didn't have something under the table to shoot back the gun.
I actually did have a gun, but it was in the chip box with the money.
No.
I left.
Why would you put it in the chip box with the money? That's what they're going to go get.
I know.
You're like the stupidest.
Like the dumbest poker player on the planet, right?
Oh, actually,
the dumbest smart guy you know.
So this is the funniest thing. They took off with the box of money and my 9mm Beretta.
Oh my goodness.
And this was like this robbery.
Did it have the numbers?
I hope that's tied to a murder.
No. I'm gonna say
your prints are still on that 9mm.
I'm gonna say this robbery was so. This robbery was like
Taurus PIG.
This robbery was like 2007 or 8. Okay, long time ago. So last year I got this letter in the mail at my house, which is like I don't get any mail at my house. I got a letter in the mail at my house from the LAPD. And they said that they have a gun that they recovered that belongs to me. Oh. And I had, 60 days to go claim it at the LAPD.
The Beretta.
Or they were going to destroy the gun. And I was like, the hell gun is that? And I thought about it. I was like, oh, shit. The guys who robbed my poker game, they got my gun. So I went down to the LAPD in Hollywood. They had my gun. They gave it back to me.
No shit.
So they must have got it in somebody's car that they pulled someone over or some criminal that was robbing a liquor store with my gun.
I don't even want to know how many bad incidents happened with that gun between 2007 and 2022.
Morrow actually thinks that it was the LAPD that set him up and did the whole thing.
I bet they did. Yeah, well, they got.
Well,
Well, you defended city municipalities.
I used to represent cops.
Nice.
Yeah, my ex-husband was a cop.
Has he ever been to a poker game in Hollywood Hills, say 2007?
I'm pretty sure not.
Oh, there you go.
But I wouldn't have known what he was doing then. So yeah, I did. I represented cities. I represented cops. I used to be a police legal advisor. So
did you work at a firm or did you work with the city?
I did work at a firm.
What firm?
A couple of firms. I was at Fransell, Strickland, Robertson, Lawrence, and then Richards, Watson, and Gershon, and then Burke, Williams, and Sorensen.
I remember
her husband was actually deep undercover.
My ex-husband was deep
ex-husband.
Yeah.
Wow, he was an undercover cop.
He was in a really high-profile shooting.
Wow.
Which kind of led to me actually really making a career originally in the defense world is because of that.
Jeez.
Yeah, some crazy stuff.
I've seen a crazy life. Every time I see a legal show based in LA, it makes me think how big the city is and how crazy different pockets are and just how interesting.
Yeah, his was in Malibu.
Really?
The shooting he got in was in Malibu, yeah. Killed a guy, yeah.
So, Chandra Spencer, we've had the better part of 45 minutes here, drinking spirits, talking a lot, and just, drinking a lot of good stuff. What was your bourbon of proof?
So, my bourbon of proof. Do I get to say all three?
You can say all three. Look,
okay. So, here's the why. I'll give you the why.
Okay.
For taste, mine, because that's what I love.
Yes.
For meaningfulness, I would say yours because of the power of women in this bottle, and I love that. And I love that you did that for me. And for yours, for creativity and the beauty of the bottle. And this really, really unique flavor, that one as well. So I love them all, but all for different reasons.
Well,
it's like having 3 kids, right? You can't just pick one.
You can love all 3 kids equally, but when you get to Octomom, there's no way she loves all 8 of those kids equally.
True.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's actually a Tosh 4.0 joke, which I still don't credit for. All right. Thank you for this episode of Bourbon Approved.
Thank you.